Today might be the day I stop negotiating with myself. Today, I am a disciplined creator, documenting real change. I follow structure, not mood. This week I'm testing something simple, but important. Can intentional restraint become my new default instead of impulse? Because I've noticed discipline doesn't usually fail in the big dramatic moments. It's in the tiny private negotiations that no one sees. Not today. Today I follow the work blocks I already set. Today I follow the rules with no exceptions. Today I pay close attention to how I feel throughout the morning. And I write down anything that's important. I already know where this gets difficult. Right before the day really starts, when discomfort shows up, when the urge pops up and says that it'll make everything easier. That's the actual test. My plan for when that happens is simple. I step outside, I take a breath, and I create space instead of reacting automatically. Today's win is straightforward. Did I honor the boundary I set? Did I capture honest data in my midday review? Did I notice any trigger patterns? I'm done negotiating. Let's see what actually happens. Midday review. Today actually felt a bit different. I woke up at 4, sharp. I worked out for 30 minutes, sharp. I meditated for 15 minutes, another sharp. Then I prepped and I recorded, which is a big win for me because it's one of the key priorities of the morning. I did make one adjustment to my structure. I changed the work block where I should work on my recording structure. I changed it to journaling gratitude and setting some intentions. So, not perfect, but intentional. The biggest experiment today was to see if I can stick to the boundary I set for myself this morning. And I did. I definitely thought about it, but the urge was not as strong today. That's interesting because last week felt like a much harder fight. Today felt easier, which tells me not every difficult habit is equally hard every day. And that's useful data. One small rough moment was around 10 a.m. and I got a headache, but that's eased off now. It's feeling better. My biggest win for the morning is sticking to the boundary I set for myself. The biggest challenge I have left for the day is staying patient and calm and keeping a positive mindset. My score check execution, I give myself 10 out of 10. I did what I said I would. Structure, I give 7 out of 10 because of the work block change that I did, although it was intentional. Control, I give 8 out of 10. Good, but not perfect. Overall, today was a lot easier. But the day is not finished yet. So my commitment to the finish is I will complete my email for my list and I will start the editing tonight. I'm finishing strong. Today, I'm a disciplined creator, documenting real change. I follow structure, not mood. Day one went actually went very good. I did what I said I'd do. I honored the boundary that I set, and I didn't skip the important stuff. But what surprised me most wasn't that I followed through. It was how different I felt. I was less frustrated, less agitated, and less mentally drained in the afternoon. Even simple things felt different. I noticed I was paying deeper attention to the podcasts I'm listening to. instead of having my mind all over the place. And that matters because it tells me this experiment isn't just about discipline, it's about clarity. Today, the goal is simple: repeat the standard. Not because yesterday was easy, because consistency is what makes things real. Today, I'm holding the same boundary, and after my midday review, I want to check analytics, but I'm also being intentional about something else. Today, I'm catching worry and doubt mid-thought because I've noticed how one negative thought can run your whole day if you don't keep it in check. So today, when that happens, I stop it, I interrupt it, I redirect it. Today isn't about perfection, it's about repetition. Let's see if day 2 changes anything. Midday review. Today was noticeably easier than last week's day 2. My morning went really well. I woke up at 4, I trained till 5, I wasn't on my phone, didn't check social media or analytics, nothing. I meditated for 15 minutes after the workout. Then I did my morning review. I prepped for recording and then I recorded and then I got ready for work. So overall, my structure held very nicely. And most importantly, I honored the boundary again. Now, that doesn't mean the urge disappeared. It was definitely still on my mind. And at work around 8:30, I got a real big craving to smoke. That was probably my real test this morning. But instead of reacting automatically, I went outside, I took a few breaths, and I promise you that really helped. It wasn't an immediate relief of the urge. But as the morning went on, I started feeling better. I thought less about it. The urge didn't completely disappear. I still want to, but it's not immediate. And that feels like a massive difference. Honestly, if the option wasn't available right now, I don't think I would mind continuing to skip. That tells me something important. Maybe the discomfort isn't as permanent as it is in the moment. My score check for this morning: 10 out of 10 for execution. I did what I said I would. 9 out of 10 for structure, only because I did not do a work block or journal after the recording. All my mental energy went into prepping the script and recording. My control, I rate 10 out of 10, because when the real urge showed up, I handled it. And compared to last week, I feel much better. Today already feels like a success. Tonight I follow my normal schedule. After work, I will go for a run. I will continue the editing tonight. And I will do an end of day review. Yeah, day 2 continues. Discipline only counts when your mood says quit. Today, I'm a disciplined creator, documenting real change. I follow structure, not mood. Last week, around this exact time, I crashed and went back to sleep on the couch. But today feels different. Not easy, just different. In a way, I'm feeling stronger today. The urge to smoke is noticeable. I first thought it was small, but it's a bit bigger than small. It's definitely noticeable. Because honestly, I'm a bit tired today. My mood feels heavy. If I was just following my mood, I could easily go back to bed right now. And that's exactly why today matters. Because I said that this week will be a success if I can hold the boundary for 3 mornings in a row. So that's what I'm gonna do. No debate. Yesterday morning was a success. I learned that strategy actually worked. When the urge hit me yesterday, I went outside, I took a few deep breaths, and it really helped calm me down instead of reacting automatically. So today, if the urge shows up, I know what to do. I step outside, 3 deep breaths, maybe a stretch, creating space. I've also noticed a pattern. The urge tends to show up a few minutes into work, followed by a headache. That's useful data, because now I know what to expect instead of being surprised. Another thing that this experiment is showing me is that my mornings are getting stronger, but I still have a lot of work in the evenings. Right now, I still have patterns later in the day that happen almost automatically. Some of them feel intentional and some of them don't. If I'm serious about building discipline, then autopilot is something I need to keep questioning. But that's not today's battle. Today's battle is simpler. Can I hold the standard even if my mood doesn't feel like it? Because this is where my identity really gets tested. Today, I must be the disciplined creator who follows structure and not mood. Today feels like one of those days that could break if my structure is not locked in. So I'm making the decision now. I will not be breaking the boundary. I'm building a standard. No exceptions. Day 3. Let's go. Today didn't go how I wanted it to go. I didn't honor the boundary I set. And what's really frustrating is I think I knew it before I even did it. While I was doing the morning review, there was at the back of my mind the idea that I'm going to break the boundary. I just didn't want to admit it. And that matters. Because now I need to figure out whether the failure happened in the moment or was it already decided before it even happened. I'm still not sure what caused today. Was it tiredness? Was it pushing myself a bit physically yesterday? Was it smoking too close to bedtime last night? Or was it the unplanned work block after recording this morning where I didn't know what to do and then I had decision fatigue? I honestly don't know yet. But I do know this. Even though I broke the boundary again today, it was not the same. Last week, day 3 completely collapsed. I crashed down. This week, I still woke at 4. I trained hard till 5. I meditated for 10 minutes. I prepped for my recording and I hit record. And I delayed the behavior much longer than last week. So while this isn't the result I wanted, it's still evidence of progress. But that doesn't mean I excuse it. I just look at it honestly. So my execution, I give 4 out of 10 because mainly I didn't follow the main core boundary. The main rule for today I broke. So that gives my execution 4 out of 10. My structure, I give 5 out of 10. And this is because of the empty work block after recording. I need to fix that ASAP. Control, I give 5 out of 10 because I managed to delay it longer than last time, but I was already negotiating from early on, and I think I made a subconscious decision that I won't be able to skip it. And yeah, I proved myself right with that one this morning. Yeah, so my biggest question now is what happens after I record in the morning? My structure gets fuzzy right there. It's workout, meditation, prep, record, then what? That's where the system needs improvement. Tomorrow isn't about pretending today didn't happen. It's about finding out what the weak point is and fixing it. I'm still showing up tomorrow. I see a real pattern forming around this experiment. Like last week, day 1 and day 2 went swimmingly. I won. I stuck to the boundary. Wednesday morning, day 3, I got a little further than I was last week, but yeah, I still broke the boundary. And Thursday and Friday, I was pooped. I was tired. It surprises me how much mental fatigue I have after day 1, 2, and 3. But I realized the fatigue and the tiredness and the skipping the work and skipping the boundary, that's not a discipline problem. For me, it's a system problem. I've realized that I'm overloading myself in the first 3 days. I'm doing too much, and then by first day, I end up exhausted. And then I have no more willpower, no energy to resist anything. Then I just revert back to old ways. I noticed how I quietly negotiate with myself when I'm tired. On morning 3, I was so confident I'm gonna honor the boundary. And while I was talking about how I'm going to honor the boundary, I already made the decision that I'm probably gonna smoke. So what I was saying and what I was thinking at the back of my mind really did not correspond. But that's good. It's good that I noticed these things because now I can check what I need to fix. So next week, I am simplifying my mornings a little, reducing the amount of types of work to just that one most important piece of work. Still going to identify what that is, but yeah, I'm going to simplify my mornings and have a little less mental energy required in the first 2-3 days. I'm also changing up my recording structure. Instead of only recording Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning, I'm going to record Monday to Friday. Because when I only recorded Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday didn't have a structure. It didn't have any accountability. So that's why I'm switching it up. I'm going to make myself accountable every day of the week. I will eventually find the right balance. What do you think I should watch? What do you think I should change? What do you think is causing my mental fatigue by day 3? Drop a comment. I'm open to any suggestions. I would love to hear what you're probably struggling with. Maybe we're in the same boat. We'll never know. But don't forget to check in next week for the next week's experiment to see if I could design my structure a bit better. Inoya, beautiful thinkers. Have a blessed day.